Hi, I'm David Fleming from the YouTube channel of Disciples Ignited, where we are focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. Now, we started this new series on the minor prophets, and this week we're studying the book of Obadiah, which is very interesting. It is really just one chapter and is God's judgment against the Edomites. Now, if you listen to yesterday's video, we find that the Edomites came from Esau, and they had a long-standing rivalry, hatred really, against the Israelites. Now, it all started when Isaac and Rebekah gave birth to two twin boys, Esau and Jacob. Esau was the eldest. That means that he would have been, culturally, he would have been given the birthright. He would have been given the blessing above all the other children of the family, making him the top when his father would pass away. That was not the case, though. The Lord early on told Rebekah that her youngest son, Jacob, which was the younger of the twins, Jacob was going to be given the birthright. He was favored by the Lord. Now, why is this? Really, this is a perfect example showing us that God's ways are not our ways. And really, he deals with us not according to what we deserve, but by his grace. Oh, what a powerful lesson of God's grace. We find, listen, after you study the life of Jacob, you see that God didn't favor Jacob because he was all that. Jacob was a mess in so many ways. But God chose Jacob as a demonstration of his ultimate and loving grace. See, God's blessing towards any of us isn't because we deserve it. Get that out of your thinking. Listen, God is blessing you. God loves you. Not because you deserve it, but because of his grace. So we see that from early on, God chose Jacob. Even before he was born, he made a promise to Rebekah that his favor, his choice was Jacob, even above Esau. In fact, he tells us that he loved Jacob, but he hated Esau. Wow, that's strong language, y'all. But you know, we find out as we study God's relationship with Esau and God's relationship with Jacob, why God did what he did. But let's get into Jacob. Really, Jacob mistreated Esau in so many ways. Esau mistreated Jacob, but of course, and we see that throughout his lineage, the Edomites really hated the Israelites, the Jewish people, God's chosen. But Jacob wasn't clear of guilt by any means, nor were the Israelites in their treatment against the Edomites always in perfect standing. We find, though, in Genesis chapter 27, verse 36, that Jacob had really deceived Esau. Esau said, "Is he not rightly called Jacob?" Why did he say that? Because Jacob literally means schemer, deceiver. So Jacob says, "Is he not rightly called Jacob? He has cheated me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing." And so Esau is really just hitting the nail on the head. He's talking to his daddy. He said, "Listen, my younger brother has cheated me out of my birthright, and now he has cheated me out of my blessing." Jacob was living up to what his name meant: cheater, deceiver, scoundrel. And so we would think, rightly so, why would God choose Jacob above Esau? Well, it gets back to what God is trying to get across to us. His dealings with mankind are not according to what we deserve. It is always according to his grace. Let's talk more about it tomorrow.